do some, nope. So we're going to look at where we want to connect, right? Somewhere around this sort of area. Right, something like that is okay. Let's make sure we got some light up in here. And more coal. Even though, like, I have a feeling that it probably would work, the harvesting, not doing it this way. I'm also saving it for a better tool, because there's better tools I could get from Oritech where I could harvest it more rather than doing each block. But oh well. That was a good haul though of coal for sure. Right, 42. Okay. So we could just make it simple and just do a straightforward downwards. Yeah, I could just do downward from here, right? Let's not go overboard with this one. Which way are we facing here? Negative Z. So we're going to go negative Z. And I think to do a straight line, we have 0 on it, right? And if you just increase this, I think this is the difference in the way I do it, right? You have to make sure it says placing before you do it. That's something that took me a long time to realize. Insufficient items. Will that work? Well, like that. Yeah, interesting, right? Never done one without a roof before like that. And obviously, it was accidental, but it's just like when you've got so many options, it's kind of like there are interesting options, right? And to be honest with you, not having a roof is definitely a choice, which is actually a good one in terms of saving blocks. I mean, that's a pretty solid staircase, right? Gets me right to where I need to be. No hassle, no fuss. You know. The problem is, though, at this level, there are a few problems. We're too low, I think, right? -1. We need to be at 2. That's handy. Do I actually have my shield? I'll let you guys have fun with that. Is that it? Oh no. Just seeing a weird thing that. So recall, we're not going to find any Spectrum stuff out here because we essentially created the world before Spectrum existed. Alright, we still got more coal, right? Wow. Hmm. Oh, you're still shooting at me. Are you actually affected by the arrows? I think I've got some funky arrows. You know what? Let's move on. Do I want to move on quite yet? This thing's out. So I guess I should. I wanted to focus on the spawner anyway. We will have to, and to be honest with you, that task of looking for ore at level 2, I want to have maybe a better jetpack before we do that. So let's do that. I think we're good from falling through at least. Here is a little bit dodgy. Why is it still dodgy here? Here we can't fall out, right? Kind of interesting. If you can't fall out, then it's actually... You could argue that as long as you create it in such a way that you can't fall out, it doesn't really matter the size of the holes. And that is only just around the corner from this. And there's my mess that I made. What's actually funny is I probably somehow can connect it. Isn't there like a... There probably is like a... you know what, forget about it. And before we make any extra mistakes, let's just clear that as well. So, what did I want to do? We want to work on the spawner for sure. Visually, I was just kind of a bit lost there. So you can see the different types of tunnel, though. Lots of different types of tunnel we've got in this area. Open top, and that's the thing. I would like to classify things in a very, you know, got open top. You've got ones where we've looked at the pattern of the blocks. There's such a huge range of different tunnel designs we can do. I mean, really, the sky's the limit. And how you can connect them with, you know, other types of block, basically. So, with that in mind, we do need to look at this, which is obviously our cave spider spawner. Yeah. This was a bit edited out. For some reason, I thought you could attach it to walls. I don't know if even... There's a lot I've edited out recently, to be honest. It's funny, I wasn't using this at all, and now I'm like, yeah, it's amazing. What we got in here? A bunch of biofuel. Haven't exactly worked out what to do with that yet. Where was I inserting it? Need a pump, really. We're right by the water, so it should be pretty straightforward to do it. Uh-oh. How's that happened? Is that going to damage anything? No. What do you do with this? I'm not sure what I can do with this at this point. I suppose I can't put it back in the tank, right? I don't think so. Do we have any more